So this is classic material here. What's up, y'all? Another keep or sell. I'm Uncommon NASA. This is Uncommon Records NYC. But today we are in Chicago here at Sugar Records. I'm gonna go dig in here, see what we can come up with, see if we're gonna keep, or we're gonna sell, we're gonna move on. I just want to get some new records. Gotta sell the old records back on One Child Audio. So that is where we will now flip and see what I came up with from in here. Alright, we are back in New York City. Shout out to Short Fuse and his family for hosting me in Chicago for my visit. Shout out to Zesto. Shout out to his wife Gina. Shout out to Colossal Structure. Shout out to Chicago. It was good to be there. And I got a shirt to prove it. See, look, it's a hot dog. We had to go to two different spots. The first spot that we went to, me and Fuse walked in and literally just looked at each other and we're like, I can't, there's nothing here to buy. This place isn't the same. It's not good. I won't totally name the place, but I'll do it. But yeah, we ended up not buying anything there and just going back to basics. And there was another place that I had heard the name of from back in the day. And as you saw, I was in front of Sugar Records, and I came out with this bag right here from Sugar. I have not opened this bag since about a day after I got back from Chicago, which was a little, I don't know, a week or so ago. I don't even remember everything that I bought, so this will be kind of an adventure too. One thing I'll start with, which is pretty cool, got this slip mat right here. This is Kusawa's Pumpkin, pretty popular. It's kind of like, the pumpkin is kind of like what the crown is to Basquiat if you're a Kusawa fan. So this was really cool to see. I don't know if this, I'm going to put it here for today. I don't know if I'm going to leave it up or if I'm going to hang it on the wall. But for today, I'll at least show it off here so it's in the video. Shorefuse got himself a slip mat as well. I'll put a picture of that right there, which is pretty cool. Jabba the Hutt. I'm not a Star Wars person, but I imagine that's cool. So, got a stack of records here. I'm going to go through them one by one, but I'm just flipping through because I haven't even seen these. I did get two things that we'll just do a little bit of a show and tell here for these, and then we'll get into these records. But this is a 45. It's got a couple of reggae classics on here. This is the reggae box. It's got 4 songs on a 45. Israelites from Desmond Decker and the Aces. That's kind of a hard song to find. I'm going to get into this on my own because I know that that's just some jams that I bought. And then I got this. Boom. So shout out to Guilty Simpson. Cheap plug. Go and get Escalation right now. Album that I produced for him. And yeah, I mean, go and pick it up if you haven't. Go and check out the new interview that me and him did for Rap Music Plug Podcast. I'll put a link in the description. We talked about the album, how we came together for it, what our influences are, the sound of the album itself, and like it was a really good interview. It's long, so if you gotta take a break, it's cool, but it's definitely dope. But I wanted to get this. I saw it. This is my favorite Guilty Simpson album actually. Is Detroit Sun. So I didn't even realize it was on vinyl actually. But this is really cool. I had no idea this was on the inside, but you can see here. It's cool. That flag says Guilty on the top there. So this is really fresh. And this is a double vinyl. Catalyst as a producer just crushed it. I couldn't listen to this album at all during the making of. I tried to listen to this and be like, oh yeah, we'll vibe out on my favorite Guilty record while I'm producing, and it was just like, you can't. The production on here is really, really top notch. This is great work, and I'm really glad to have this on vinyl. This will go out in the living room with my little bullshit hipster turntable that's out there. So we'll check that out. Now, what we all came here for, not slip mats, not special 45s, not rap albums, for some digs. All right, so let's see how many records I actually have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So an abridged version a little bit. I did want to talk a little bit about Sugar Records, the store. You walk in and, as I said, we already walked out of one record store. We walked in and we went straight ahead and we were in a section with tons and tons of reissues and new vinyl releases, and immediately we were like, what the fuck? Like, is there a place that we can get used vinyl that we can do a real dig at? And we thought we were on strike two. But then we went to the side. So if you go to Sugar Records, at least the location we were at, and if you like reissues and new releases, it's great. But like, you go straight ahead and there's that section, and to the side there's a healthy section. It's to the side of the store, but it's still a big section of all the used stuff. Every genre really split up into genres really well. It was a really good place to dig, and I was really happy that we went there. So that was really cool to see. But ended up picking up a bunch of vinyl there. In any case, this appears to be, yeah, this is like a reissue, kind of a special, right? Yeah, it definitely is. I didn't realize that at the time. But this is called Directions in Music. And Directions in Music has all of the classic fusion stuff on it. Like all the jazz fusion that I could get my hands on is on this compilation. That's why I bought it. Joe Zawinul, Wayne Shorter, Lonnie Liston Smith, John McLaughlin, Betty Davis, Gary Bartz, Miles Davis, Keith Jarrett, Chick Corea, and Herbie Hancock. That's who's represented on here. And this is dope. I didn't open this. I just looked at it. I didn't even realize it was a reissue, to be honest. I thought it was just something that like one of the labels put together at the time. But, you know, you can see here just really cool artwork. You know, Keith Jarrett here. Keith Jarrett came up in our last episode. So, you know, this is cool. I'm going to needle drop this just for the sake of the people that may not be that familiar with some of these artists. But obviously this is going to be a keep because this is some of my favorite jazz. And some of these songs I probably have randomly on other albums, but it's just cool to have them on deck in one spot. And this is like reading a book inside here. I mean, for a slow-ass reader like me, this is probably like an hour's worth of reading in this compilation. But let's take a listen to this. That's Keith Jarrett doing his thing there at the end. This is dope, man. See, that's Wayne Shorter. That's a song called Sweet Pea. And for those that may have watched other episodes, I bought a Wayne Shorter album called Schizophrenia down in Atlanta. And I thought it was going to be like this. You know, like open, you know, like spiritual fusion kind of jazz, and it totally wasn't. And I've actually gone back on that, and I'm probably going to sell that. So you'll see that in a future episode when I close out the season by actually posting a lot of the stuff that I said I was going to sell. But that was an expensive experiment that I spent on in Atlanta just to find out it wasn't the Wayne Shorter era that I was looking for. John McLaughlin. Hey now, baby. Fucking dope. Oh, Gary Bart. So this is classic material here. Eberhard Schoner. I am somewhat familiar with his music. I have a couple other. This is an experimental artist, sort of avant-garde music. This one's on Harvest, one of my favorite record labels. You can see sort of the inspiration for the original Uncommon Records vinyl design kind of buried in there somewhere. This store is real because they put the prices on the inside of the sleeve and the outside. They must be dealing with a lot of theft at Sugar Records. That's the first time I've seen that in a long time, where they label the sleeve I'm not even gonna keep. That's what we want. I mean, if you fucking with arpeggio the way I do, then that's the whole song is like it's like a 3 minute song. So Video Magic, Eberhard Schoner, Deafening Keep. I didn't even have to say keep for this, but keep. Synergy. This is Synergy Games. I should shout out Larry Fast. He's the sort of the brains behind Synergy. Yeah, I mean this is dope. Okay. We know what we're gonna be flipping. Sometimes you get records like this, and it's just like the needle hits the record, and it's like boom. Like, can I find that a second time? I hope so, because that would be getting flipped. But another keep. Synergy Games, very cool record. Okay, this is a record called Jail. You Can Help Me. I know a lot less about this. I don't even remember picking this up. I paid $20 for this.
Money. My money, and you spend it with a friend.
That's very much not what I was expecting. So there you go. I mean, yeah.
When you're in the sky.
Did they cover a Doors song? Is that what that was? Yeah. I don't like this record. I'm actually gonna sell. I'm really surprised. I only have 6 records. I thought I was gonna go 6-0, but I'm actually gonna sell this record. We move on to this guy. This is an interesting one. I saw this advertised on like one of my Instagrams or something, and I picked it up and didn't even realize this is what it was until I had it. But basically, it's classic Trojan reggae engages warp drive. So this is all instrumental rhythms meet the ARP 2600 synthesizer on this 1972 rarity. So this is the first time this has been reissued. Vulcans, Star Trek. So it's a synth-driven 70s. This was from the 70s. This is new shit. It's a new reissue of it. But it's a 70s dub band called the Vulcans that replayed a lot of classic rhythms with an ARP 2600 and I guess other instruments. We got what is most likely recycled vinyl with a cool orange and white sticker. That's fucking dope.
Hello, everybody.
Well, that's dope as fuck. I really like this. Very happy with this purchase. This is actually the second record. I picked up that 45 that I showed before, and then I found this right after. I was like, oh, at least I'll get some reggae shit out of the store. But then I found some other stuff and got deeper into it. But definite keep on this one. All right, so last record here. You know, we had, in the last episode, we had Trillion, which ended up being the thumbnail for the episode. I think contributed to a lot of people clicking on it. But now we have a follow-up to best album covers discussion right here with this Greenslade album. I mean, look at this cover. Like, not only is there an ill three-eyed monster in the middle, but he's holding the dramatic happiness and sadness face versions of the alien right there. So this is, man, look at the detail on this. The hat, he's got the hat with the cheetah head on it. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna. This is crazy. Like, and he's playing a synth. I didn't even notice that. What's on the inside? All right, not as much, but cool. This album has a song called "The Ass's Ears" on it. I will definitely have to play that. You can see sort of their live setup. They had this similar sort of creature in the back, and this is also a gatefold. Another cool plus, with some pictures of the band right there.
Get what you want, but you can't. You got it. Yesterday was a friend.
It's cool. You know, I hear some samples on here, but I don't hear like music that I really love yet. Okay. Alright, so this one's called The Ass's Ears. It's cool, you know, like, I'm gonna keep it. It's hard to follow up an album cover like this with music that's not like just completely earth-shattering, but there's a lot of good samples and pieces on here, and maybe if I listen to it a little bit deeper, I'll find some stuff about it that I like, but it's not a blow you out the water type album off jump. Alright, let's get into some recap. You know, we only did 6 records altogether. I definitely am excited about Eberhard Schoner. This is a really cool sounding record. I really like this. I'll fuck with that. I really love that I got this cool compilation. Even though it's a reissue and some of these songs I already have, this is just dope. The liner notes alone make this worth it. I'm excited to have that. I am also excited about this. This is some dope dubs replayed with a band featuring heavy synthesizer. What can possibly go wrong? So this is really cool to have and will be flipped, I'm sure. Dope synergy record. It's a good like kind of collection pattern. I like this a lot. Larry Fast synthesis, great music. And then Greenslade, kind of got over on the cover. But I think there's some worthy music on here too. I'll keep that. One thing I'm gonna sell is this record from Jail. I don't know. You can help me. Maybe you can help me by buying this copy of Jail. But yeah, I wasn't really crazy about it, to be honest. Not really my thing. So we'll put this down here in the sell pile and call that an episode. If you like this kind of content in terms of just digging, looking for samples, looking for music, checking out record shops, that's what Keep or Sell is. It's just one, you know, sort of like series on this channel that is Uncommon Records NYC. 2024, I'm going to try to keep doing more different things over time. So if you're into all that, like and subscribe, hit that right down there. And yeah, let's keep this moving. Peace, y'all.